ACI 1948 here. Working on the Manco a bit today. I just pressure washed it off. Took the little name badge off there. There was two little screws holding it. I just took the points off. And there's actually a mouse nest up under here. And it's rotted out. Under here you can probably see remnants of the mouse nest. So I got to take all this housing off. In order to do that, there's a bolt back in here, and there's two down low, about there and there. So we're going to take those off and see how bad this mouse nest is. Well, alright, I was wrong. There's actually two screws, one that goes here and one that goes here that holds this plate on, and now it just falls off. Now we can see what type of mouse nest we got in here. I'll hold it on top. It looks like I've got most of it blown out with the pressure washer earlier. That's good. So I think I'm going to take the pressure washer back to it and kind of clean this all up. Yeah, I don't like that tape on the coil wire. Hoping that's okay behind there. Alright, I'll get this cleaned up, see how much of this is. I wish I could find another guard for this, but I don't know. I don't think I have any Clintons this big laying around. Sorry about the air compressor being on. I needed to use the impact gun. Alright, I'm going to pressure wash this out. Okay, this is how this works on this engine. It's all cleaned up, pressure washed out for the most part. Good enough for a test run. I did check it for spark. It does have spark. So I think we're going to pour a little fuel down there and see if she fires. But the oil looks good. But on this disc here, there's these little notches. What you do, you line that up, and you line up this peg here with this big notch here. You line that up over the nut, and then you see there's these notches here to where you can, like if you couldn't fit the bolts here, if that nut was at a different position, you can turn it a little bit and give you a little bit of play. Put it down, well, kind of like that. If I hadn't turned it too much, but you got a little bit of slop there in case this nut lands in a weird spot. And then you just put these two screws in. Wherever I put the screws. Oh, they're in my pocket. You put the two screws in. But first, before you do that, you want to put your cover back on. Otherwise, you won't be able to get this back on. Alright, I got it set about half throttle. Let's see what happens. I put a little bit of gas in her. On the first pull. I wish I had a better pull rope. This is the only one I can find. Hey, I heard a putt. It's possible the carburetor needs cleaned out. I'm just trying it. Let's see what happens. She's trying. Let me give her just a little. Let's see, there should be more throttle. Wow. She's running. Well, alright, she runs. Sounds pretty cool too. Yeah, I'm probably going to go through that carburetor, but if I get her running good again, I'll come back. But there she runs. She's running. Next thing to do will be get it driving. Alright, well, she runs. Now I'll hook that belt up and we'll see if she drives. what I get for messing with the throttle. Okay. Well, alright, I'll probably start it up and get it, I might just push it. Alright, well there's it running. We know she works. I'm going to have to probably clean that carburetor a little bit because she sure doesn't want to get adjusted. But it's a runner. Alright, I got these side pieces of tin off. I have no doubt now that this was red. Bunch of little screws held these in, and really it was missing a lot of them. So I'm going to hit that with the pressure washer will be the next step. That's what it looks like up under there. You got a big gear here that reducts down to another gear. And while I was driving it around, I found out I had this one connected to this one, so it wasn't running as fast as it could have been. It would have been running faster if I'd had this one on this one or this one on that. No, it would have been running slower that way. If I had this one to this one, the big one to the small one, it would have been running faster than what it was. So really, I had it kind of offset. So it should have been running faster than that. But yeah, the engine, I think I'm going to take this carburetor off and clean it. Because something just, I can't get it to run 100% at all speeds. It runs at 1. And really for the show, that's all it needs to do. But I'm going to take it apart. It looks like someone else has been into this before me by the gasket sealer there. So we'll see about that. But I'm going to pressure wash this all off. There really isn't a whole lot to this unit. I'm going to take that deck off. That looks like it's, well, it looks like bolt up here. Might just be able to yeah, ain't gonna take much to get this deck off. Yeah, there'll be two bolts back here it looks like, and then another bolt there. Take that bottom plate off, and then I'll pressure wash it off real quick. Alright, we got the deck off. That's dangerous. So yeah, the deck's off there. It was just those bolts I showed you earlier. There's the deck. Just a heavy piece of diamond plate that's been bent around. Pretty thick. Goes all the way down the sides on both sides. So that's what's keeping you from this. I guess where your feet are, you're kind of far enough back if something was to happen, but I certainly wouldn't run the mower like that. Alright, so I'm going to hit this with the pressure washer next, and we're going to clean this off, and I'm wanting to take that wheel out. It looks like there's two little like square-headed bolts, and then drive the center pin out, and that rear wheel should come off. This here, it puts more extra tension, because see, here's how this works. You push down and it connects to this piece up here. Hold on. Sorry, it was simple. This piece goes to this rod, which comes back to about here. There's a spot where the rod connects in, and then that pivots this whole shaft, and then that moves this up and down. This whole mechanism here pivots, and that's what tightens up the belt. This whole piece drops down when you want to go forward, and when you press the other one, it pulls it back up and engages this second I guess that's leather corked or something, leather band probably. But then that hits against your reverse gear to go backwards. But my guess on this is you push it down, it tensions it so far, but if you want to go faster, you tension it a little harder. Because I read online, I don't know how true this is, but it'll reach 10 miles an hour. The engine could push it that far, and I guess if it's geared good enough, it could. But that's, I think that'd be a pretty good speed for this thing. Especially in, what was this, the 50s or so? So, alright, I think that's going to do it for this part. I'm going to pressure wash this up next. Alright, I can't remember where I last left you, but I think it was before I took the engine off. Anyway, I took the engine off. Let's see, there's 4 bolts to do that. Got the cover off. I got it mostly degreased. I ended up using oven cleaner on it. I took a lot of the paint off between that and the pressure washer. There's still a little bit down in there I'm going to have to get. But, yeah, turned out pretty nice, really. So, yeah, this project's coming along quite smoothly. Now, something I'm not so sure on. Now, I was watching someone else's video. They had one of these on YouTube. And this was actually supposed to have sickle blades on it. I thought maybe someone put those on there. That's actually how they designed this. Up here it would have had like a bar that went across with like big rods that would come down that looked like teeth up here. So I don't know if I could build something like that, or find. It'd be nice if I could find one, but I think that's going to be a hard task. Now, as for the deck plate, I'm not 100% sure if this is original or not, because I'm going to paint it red. About that shade of red I decided on. That was some of the stuff I used on the mall saw. So I'm thinking maybe I'll do black on this. Maybe I'll do black on the wheels and just kind of do a red and black theme. So I don't know. I'm going to post this tonight, and if anyone says anything before I get too far into it, because tomorrow I'm probably going to be hopefully putting at least in primer. The way it's going, shouldn't take me too long. But yeah, it's coming along pretty well. I think I showed these earlier, but there's the side plates all cleaned up. Still got to get the insides a little bit. Yeah. There's the seat. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for this video. I don't know, it's getting kind of long, so I think I'm going to call it a video. So, alright, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.